Hello, this is Karen from the Path of She, and I've brought you to a heritage farm on Salt Spring Island, and it's just the day before Lammas. And if you look at the land around me, it's all baked golden, and in the fields, the hay has been recently harvested and it's now in the barn, ready to feed the animals in the winter months to come. And Lammas is really an agrarian Sabbath. It's from our pagan past, and it's the time when the first harvest was celebrated. And at this time, the god was the sacrificial god, the god that gave his life to feed the bellies of the many, to feed the animals, feed the people of the community. And he was sometimes called the corn king, or the barley king, or the harvest king. And it's really in this story of the harvest king, and also in the grain that gives its life for the people, that we find our soul lesson at Lammas. Because the Path of She, what we always focus on is what is the soul lesson? What does nature and the land and the earth have to teach us in the turning of the wheel? So at Lammas, the idea is that the land itself, our life stories, hold the seeds of new beginnings. In it is the food to nourish us, but also the seeds of a brand new beginning. And as with the harvesting of the grains and the harvesting of the land, it's a time when we, on our journeys of soul, take a moment to stop and reflect on what we've grown in our life through these seasons of darkness and then into the seasons of light again. And now we're coming to the end of these seasons of light and life. Our land or our stories have blossomed. They've come to full fruition. Parts of our life story have come to full fruition. Parts of our soul work has come to full fruition. And so Lammas is a time when you pause, when you take the time to look at the golden field that is your life, to look at your own life story, to look at your own journey over the past year and see what has blossomed, what has come to full fruition. And then to be willing to harvest those stories. To harvest a story means to really look at it clearly, to understand what the soul lesson or the gift of that story is, and then to let it change you, to take it inside you and let it change you. So at Lammas, we harvest our stories. We harvest what we've learned, where our soul has taken us, where our life has taken us over the last journey through the seasons, journey through the year. And then we also have to ask ourselves the difficult question, is to continue to grow, to continue to blossom. What needs to die? What needs to change? What needs to be transformed? What do we need to cut away? And to make those hard decisions, and to be clear about what needs to end in your life for you to continue to grow and for you to continue to enter into a new journey in your life, a new journey of soul. And the last thing that you need to look at is, as you do this harvesting and ingesting and cutting away, there's seeds. There's seeds that are left. There's seeds that are your new beginnings. So as you really look clearly at your stories, as you really clearly look at what needs to end in your life, you'll find what wants to come next. What are the seeds of your new cycle of growth? What are the seeds of the next part of your journey of soul? And so Lammas is really like an in-breath. You know, you've been breathing out, you've been out in the world, you've been doing things, you've been busy, and then you breathe back in. You come back to stillness, you come back to quiet, and you look clearly on your life. You look at the big picture of your life and where you're going next. And it's really counter to how we've been trained in our human world, that we're always busy and we're always doing and we're always looking at what's next. And that's not really how life works. That's not how the wild world works. That's not how the natural world works. That's not how, when we grow food, how it works. That life is stillness. There's a time of darkness and death, and then of light and life and blossoming. And then we always return back to death and darkness. And Lammas is on the cusp. It's the ending, the waning of the powers of summer, and the returning in the fall season to darkness and death. So Lammas invites you, and I invite you in the Path of She invites you at this moment of Lammas to pause, to be quiet, to focus on that in-breath, to focus on that in-breath, to focus on what is ready to be harvested in your life, to really take a look at your life story, at your journey of soul, at all the hard work you've been doing in the last year, and to choose what you're ready to ingest, what you're willing to let change you, what you're willing to cut away, and to look for those seeds of what's coming next on your journey of soul. And in this beautiful golden light of Lammas, with the swallows flying around me, picking up the seeds that have left behind, I wish you this time of reflection at Lammas. I wish you this time of deep insights. I wish you this time of really growing and transforming and being changed by all the hard work you've been doing in your life right now. And I bless your new seeds, the seeds that will come from this hard and deep Lammas work, the seeds of a beautiful new beginning in the seasons and the Sabbats that are to come. Lammas blessings from Karen and from the Path of She. Blessed be. To further explore these potent Lammas teachings and the powerful soul lessons that the goddess offers throughout the year, get the Path of She Book of Sabbats, Journey of Soul Across the Seasons. To buy the Path of She Book of Sabbats, click on the link below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my Path of She channel for more goddess wisdom teachings.